What is up, my friends? So, a pretty huge episode, I believe. One that is definitely going to sort of make us wonder how would they ever take hold of this? Like, how would they ever bring Wanda down and all of that? So, let's get right into it. So, pretty much this episode started off, it's a Malcolm in the Middle type early 2000s sitcom this time around. And it started off, of course, where we left off with Mr. Evan Peters himself coming back as Quicksilver. Holy shit! What is going on? I already talked about this, made a video about what I think this means, why they got Evan, why they go with Aaron. Go check out that video if you haven't already. Check out my other WandaVision videos as well, because we're going to discuss every single breakdown until that finale. But let's get right into it. So one of the biggest things that we definitely saw this episode was that Vision is pretty much in control now. He doesn't do what Wanda tells him to do, and even Wanda has said she started to notice that. And what we are pretty much thinking is, what's happening now? So I believe that Vision is sort of trying to uncover the truth now. He doesn't want to live this lie. He wants to know what's going on, and I think he's definitely going to do that. It's Halloween, and he decides to, as he says, be the neighborhood watch, but we ultimately find out that that was a lie. He did actually go out to try and figure out what is Westview, what is beyond it, and what's going on. During this, he actually ends up seeing Agnes on the road, just standing still, along with a lot of other people, just standing still, not doing anything. And he gets concerned. He does that little brain thing he does, and then she snaps back to her reality, and she's pretty much like, wait, are you gonna save us? You're one of the Avengers, Vision. And he's like, I don't know what an Avenger is. And she's like, wait, where am I? Because you're dead. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're dead. This sort of spooks him, and he just puts her back into the trance that Wanda has for her. She then goes back to the market square, as she said. Now, I'm still saying it. I think Agnes has something to do with this. I think she's just playing dumb right now, and I think she's trying to keep this illusion going, of course. And I believe that there is more to Agnes than it's being given off, you know? I may be wrong, it may just be a red herring, but we'll definitely see. So Vision ends up trying to escape, and then when he does, he ends up getting out through the sort of like portal thing that they're all trapped in. And as he's making it to the other side, we see Darcy and the general and all of the soldiers just there looking at Vision. Darcy's like, you need to help him, because Vision's starting to sort of come undone, and there's no help for him. Nobody's trying to help him, and we just see him sort of almost die. Now, what ends up happening is that the twins actually sense this. This is actually going to be Wiccan that actually is the one who sort of senses his father dying and tells his mother, and she just tries to help him as much as she can by trying to sort of expand the whole thing that's surrounding the little like force field, whatever you want to call it, expanded even bigger than it ever has been, so that Vision can sort of come back in here and also get the soldiers off of her back by making them be in this world now. And that's exactly what we see in the finale of this episode, is that this thing can expand, and it expands all the way. Now, I think the only ones that we saw go in for sure were Darcy. I think we see Hayward by the end of it, and then it's sort of alluded that also Monica and Mr. Jimmy go in it as well. But I believe they might escape. I don't know, because I think you need somebody on the outside still. So we're going to see what happens with that. Evan Peters in this episode was pretty funny as well. There was one part at the end, however, when he talks about Vision already being dead, and that's what sent Wanda like a nuclear on him and just destroyed him. Also, I thought something that was pretty interesting is Wanda's testing Pietro. And I think this is having to do with Wanda being a little sketch about who this Pietro actually is, since it doesn't look like her Pietro. And many people are wondering if this could be Mephisto, which is something I could also see happening, especially with Pietro trying to be with the kids a lot more and sort of be more closer to them. And as I said in my previous video, is that I think that Mephisto, as he does in the comics, is trying to take over the body or bodies of the twins. And I think that that's the reason that if Pietro ends up being actually Mephisto, is why he's getting so close to them in the first place. And I think Wanda sort of has a suspicion that this isn't really her brother and it could be something else. But I don't know. What do you think about that? So by the end of it, we do see that Vision ends up in the bigger force field. I think the biggest question now is what is going to stop Wanda, because she can just keep on continuing this. Can she eventually like do this to a whole like city, a whole state, a whole nation, the whole world? Like, is her reality powers that like big? Is she able to actually do all of this, or does it all come to a crashing halt when she's not able to be able to control all the people? Because there's a lot of people she has to control, and we see she's not able to control all of them at once, especially when Vision's walking around the town. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens with that. Is where does she go from here, and who else gets involved? I think we're about to see Jimmy and Monica recruit somebody else to help, and that's somebody, I'm telling you, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is coming. He's coming next episode, or definitely the episode after that, because we need him. We need his expertise in here, and this is going to be what's going to start the multiverse, as I said already. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts and feelings on this episode. I thought it was very emotional, and also the end with WandaVision was just bamf on so many levels when she just does that thing where she just expanded this whole thing out. I thought that was pretty cool. Darcy is in her world, of course, for sure now. I believe Hayward as well. I don't know about Jimmy and Monica, but I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I thought it was funny that she turned all the soldiers and sword into clowns, because that's what they were being, honestly. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts below on what you think is happening next. What do you think we go from here? I'd like to know your thoughts on that. I've already talked about it. I think Mephisto is a main villain. I think Agnes is a main villain. And I think that it's going to take more than just Wanda to take them down. I think Wanda does want this, but she's also being manipulated heavily to do this, and we're about to find that out soon. I already did a video where I talked about why Sword is so captivated by this as well, where I believe that they are trying to bring back Ultron in some way, and I believe that's because they are infiltrated by Hydra. I've made this video, go check it out already if you haven't, because I do believe we will see Ultron pretty soon. I told y'all he is credited in IMDb, James Spader, who does the voice of Ultron. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see Ultron. It could just end up being a flashback for all we know, but he will definitely be in the upcoming episodes. There is no doubt in my mind about that. So what do you think? Do you think Ultron does come back or not? What do you think of Pietro? Is this the real Pietro, or is this just somebody who's pretending to be Pietro, such as Mephisto, in order to gain the trust of Wanda and get closer to the twins? Because Mephisto does need to have a physical body of sorts. We do see the twins develop powers as well, which I thought was pretty cool. We see Wiccan and Speed. Of course, Speed having the high speed, such as Quicksilver, and Wiccan having sort of telekinetic powers. Telekinetic. I'm sorry, y'all. It's like 2 a.m. I just finished the episode. But having these sort of powers similar to Wanda, which I thought was pretty cool. I did enjoy also seeing Wanda and Vision dressed up as their comic book like costumes. Of course, we've never seen them wear these type of costumes in the MCU, but it was cool to see where the original costumes come from. Of course, the comic book characters themselves. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited to see what the next one is going to be like. The next sitcom, I believe it will be a Modern Family type scenario with it. The Malcolm in the Middle one is definitely my favorite, but hey, I may be biased just because I love Malcolm in the Middle. Let me know your theories on what is going on here in WandaVision down below. I'm going to make another theory video because we got a little bit of Easter eggs here and there that I think could definitely add to what's coming. So let me know yours down below. Anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, What are you waiting for? Hit that like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 18,000 subscribers. We should be less than 20 subscribers away from that. So if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate that. If you could go ahead and hit that bell for notifications as well, yeah, it would be awesome for that. But anyways, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, why don't you go ahead and check out one of the videos on the left. Check out my other Wandavision videos I've done already as well. With my ending explains, my theories, as all of that. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, turn on the bell for notifications. Stay positive.